need. So,
Okay, we call meeting order. Please rise for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Henry.
Here.
Shalata.
Here.
Dunlop.
Here.
Casper. Here. Floyd. Here. Harry.
Here.
Enza.
Here. Brianna Lynn, superintendent's report.
Yes, thank you. Wednesday, November 15th is School Board Members' Day in the state of Illinois. Our community takes great pride in our school district and our board members spend many hours each month on district work and meetings and other responsibilities most folks don't know anything about. And this is time that they could spend with their families or for themselves. And I just want to personally thank all 7 members of our board for their service, their leadership, and commitment to the district and our students. Thank you all very much. This is American Education Week, November 13th through the 17th. Since 1921, American Education Week honors the dedication and hard work of educators and educational support professionals and board members. And District 146 values quality education and recognizes the dedication of our staff members in offering that education to our students. We thank you all for everything you do. And this week, lunch will be provided at each school building to show the board's thanks for our educators. So thank you to all of our staff. We've been celebrating Veterans Day Friday and today in District 146 schools. 3 elementary schools had their assemblies on Friday. 2 this morning. I was present for Centrals this morning, and I took pictures and didn't. I got so busy that I didn't have time to send them to the board, but it was a stirring ceremony. Local VFW doing the colors, and they had a nice video presentation tribute. We had band and choral musical performances, which were phenomenal, and the students, the capstone moment of the morning is always when the students come down out of the bleachers to provide cards of thanks that they made for our village veterans, and they were very well received. Many tears in the room, lots of pride and cheering, and it was just a really phenomenal experience. And so we honor our veterans in our District 146 community and across the country. The joint annual conference, as you know, is coming up. It starts this Friday. Board members have been provided a packet with conference information, and just please let me know or Angela know if you have any questions. And now with a food service update, Jay Money.
Yes. So ISB has notified us that we have to do a food service procurement this year. We've been with Quest through Orland for the past 12 years, but now they've decided that they don't like those intergovernmental agreements, and we have to do an actual procurement, which is a request for proposal, kind of like a bid. So we're in the process. They have a long list of requirements. District 162 has recently built their own commercial kitchen, and they reached out to us with the possibility of doing a joint RFP with multiple school districts to try to get better pricing and better control the process. So we are looking into that. We're very interested in it. They use Quest right now too out of their kitchen. So the process is starting, and I'll keep everybody updated as we go along.
I guess I'm a little confused. What's going to actually happen here?
So we're going to do what's called a request for proposal, similar to a bid, except in a bid situation, you have to take the lowest price. Well, we don't necessarily want the lowest price. We want food quality is going to be a big part of it too. So we have to write up specs that companies will be submitting a proposal about. And we could put things in there like we want freshly prepared food, not frozen that we heat and serve. And so it's going to be a joint effort, though, with Matson 162 and several other districts in an effort to get better pricing and hopefully it'll work out well.
Okay. Okay.
So they opened a commercial kitchen in the district?
They did. They bought the roller rink next to their school on Sauk Trail out there and converted it to a commercial kitchen. We went and toured it the other day. It's very nice. It has the capacity to serve 20,000 meals a day. And by example, we do less than 1,000 just ourselves. So the thought is to get 4 or 5 school districts in there. And then they would make it in bulk and then transport it out to the schools. We transport it now from Orland. This would just be from a different location.
And there's going to be a permanent staff there as opposed to having like Quest do this or a third
Well,
party?
whatever company wins the bid, if it's Quest employees would run the kitchen. Quest is actually running the kitchen right now, but they're gonna have to go, submit proposals just like anybody else would.
Okay.
So,
So it still might end up just being with Quest, just in a different,
I would not be disappointed if that happened, yes. I would not be disappointed, yes.
Good.
So I'll keep the board updated as we go along.
Might actually be a good thing for us. I mean, the economies of scale, since it's a big kitchen and multiple districts might make it more affordable. If West wins the RFP, we're obviously satisfied with their product and service. We have to keep an open mind since it's an RFP. But like Jim Money said, we're really satisfied with our current service, and this might actually be a bit better. Vern has made a couple enhancements for district improvement of some of our services. The first of which is residency, the second of which is for volunteer management. Vern, you want to tell us a little bit about those two?
Sure. So first of all, we purchased the software called Clear ID. It's from Thomson Routers, and it's a software that allows us to verify the residency. When families come in and say, "Here's where I live," we can confirm that and verify it through this software. We'll use this for the next school year, so it'll be for the 24-25 school year. In the spring, right before we have parents re-register for the following year, we'll do a batch process. We can verify that everyone's living where they say they are, and then send out what they need for signing up and re-registering for next year. And then for new families, we'll just do them one at a time as they come in, and it gives us that ability to both do a batch process and do individual families one at a time, and then we'll just do that through the school year as new families come. We're really looking forward to helping us streamline that process with parents to verify their residency, and just also make it more accurate for us. And where we're trying to look in multiple areas, we'll be able to kind of streamline it for one area. The second thing that Jeff mentioned was a volunteer management software that'll allow us to streamline how the district handles its volunteers, both in parents or community members first applying for being a volunteer, and then being able to have them have a background check done, and then they'll be able to communicate with the schools and schools with them to say, here's the events we have coming up, and they can sign up for and allow for easier communication. And so a lot of things will be done online, and so just communicating from the school to the parents to the school, and help streamline that. The company we're working with is called Raptor. It's one of the many pieces that they have for, or software that they have in Raptor Technologies. One thing upfront savings cost will be the actual cost for each person getting a background check will be cut in half. So that's some immediate savings for us. So it'll be, instead of $10 per person, it'll be $5 per person. So we'll see savings there. We're also looking to see a lot of savings with just time involved by having things be part of an online process for us.
Right now, Angela processes those background check applications one at a time, à la carte, and it's very time consuming. So this will not only interface better for the user, for the parent who's signing up, but then it will be more affordable, faster to process, and the results will come faster than what we've been experiencing too. So
Yeah.
great work on those two efficiencies for
Is that just a one-time thing then, or is it a yearly? Like the parents have to read?
Well, we can set it up however we'd like. Right now, we have a 3-year redo for them completing, but that we can just process those through with their permission. And I'm kind of envisioning Angela getting into kind of just a rotation for doing that for everybody who's up, and doing batch work that way. And then teachers and principals won't have to wait for individuals to come back. I think the user can see their own results in real time, which I think is good too. So we can set it up to redo as frequently as we want, so we don't really see any problem with our current process that way. It's just going to be more efficient.
So if a parent shows up to volunteer, but they didn't get pre-approved, will that system be able to check them right there on the spot?
So it's got about a 24-hour turnaround, so the services that we use now are sometimes 24 hours, most of the time 48, sometimes is off as long as 3 or 4 days, depending on the volume they're experiencing. So this should be more predictable and then faster. So we won't be able to do real time, it doesn't spit it back that quick,
Got it.
but better than what we got now. And there are no celebrations of adults this month, so that concludes this.
Thank you. 4.1, citizens may address the board at this time. Seeing none. 5.1, reports from union representatives.
Hello, everyone. Very busy time of year. We wrapped up the first round of parent-teacher conferences, a lot of Halloween activities, parties in the schools, as well as trunk or treats and spider challenges at schools, followed very closely by everybody kind of getting ready and enjoying the Veterans Day celebrations that we had. Schools invited lots of veterans in, very emotional, a lot of learning about the past, a lot of history that the kids got exposed to, and were able to share stories about their own families. It was very personal, and all the buildings reported were really nice celebrations. Now we're kind of gearing up. The trimester ends this Friday, so everyone's kind of busy getting all the grading and all those kind of things wrapped up, and looking forward to the Thanksgiving break in just a few days from now. So that's it. Nothing much.
Thank you. Nothing to report.
Thank you. Can I have a motion for the consent agenda, please?
Move that we adopt item number 6.1, approval of minutes, 6.2, approval of closed session minutes, 6.3, approval of destruction of closed session tapes, 6.4, approval of financial items, and 6.5, approval of personnel items.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Secretary, call the roll.
Hammernick,
Yes.
Chilada, Dunlap,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Lloyd, yes, Barry, Nenza.
Yes. 6.6, approval of fiscal year school maintenance project grant application.
Yes, as presented in committee of the whole by Matt, we have an opportunity to apply for matching $50,000 school maintenance project grant. The application for that grant is attached in board docs, and we'll be seeking funds for roof maintenance at Central.
Great. Is there a motion?
God, just lost it.
Oh,
Just, if somebody could just move that we approve it as presented, please.
I move that we approve FY '24 school maintenance project grant application as presented.
Excellent. Is there a second? Discussion? Hearing none, Secretary call the roll.
Hammernick,
Yes.
Shalata, Dunlap,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Lloyd, yes. Barry.
Yes.
Nenza.
Yes. 6.7, approval of CMS intercom replacement project.
Yes, as you know, the intercom at Central is failing fast, and we want to swiftly replace it with something that works and that is modern and effective. This action will get Matt in motion to begin those repairs over the Thanksgiving holiday.
Great. Is there a motion?
I move that the Board of Education approve the purchase and replacement of the intercom system at CMS as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Secretary call the roll.
Hammernick,
Yes.
Shalata, Dunlap,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Lloyd, yes. Barry.
Yes.
Nenza.
Yes. 6.8, approval of CMS stage curtains replacement.
Yes, as you know, the stage curtains in the cafetorium here at Central failed within a couple of months of each other. The craftsmanship of them sustained them for 23 years, and they all failed, like I said, within months of each other. So the consistency of their quality control is to be commended. However, now we have no curtains, and we need to build new ones, which will take a bit of time, so we want to get moving. So we have this for your consideration tonight.
Is there a motion?
I move the Board of Education approve the purchase and replacement of the stage curtains at CMS as presented.
Is there a second? Any discussion? Secretary call the roll.
Hammernick,
Yes.
Shalata, Dunlap,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Lloyd, yes. Barry.
Yes.
Nenza.
Yes. 6.9, approval of intergovernmental data sharing agreement with District 230.
Yes, as we mentioned in committee of the whole, these agreements that we have with other districts in the sharing of student information for the purpose of promotion to high school, they tend to get outdated over time as case law changes, as the law changes. This has refreshed language to continue the intergovernmental sharing agreement with District 230.
Is there a motion?
I move that the Board of Education approve the intergovernmental data sharing agreement with the high school district 230 as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Secretary call the roll.
Hammernick,
Yes.
Shalata, Dunlap,
Yes.
Casper,
Yes.
Lloyd, yes. Barry.
Yes.
Nenza.
Yes. 6.10, approval of math and focus materials to be declared as surplus for sale, donation, or disposal.
Yes, this series is no longer in use in District 146, and we believe that these materials will have some value to another entity that can use them before we're able to sell or donate them, and the board to declare them as surplus materials.
Is there a motion?
I move the Board of Education declare the math and focus materials presented as surplus and authorize the selling or disposing of said materials by sale, auction, and/or donating to nonprofit organizations.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Secretary call the roll.
Hammernick,
Yes.
Shalata, Dunlap, Casper,
Yes.
Lloyd, yes. Barry.
Yes.
Nenza.
Yes. 7.1, preliminary tax levy.
Yes, this is just information this month. Next month, we'll be asking for approval, but it's tax levy time, which is our main funding mechanism for the school district. As you know, we're limited to the consumer price index. Last year's consumer price index was 6.5%, but the CPI law limits us to 5%. So 5% is the max we're going to get. We're asking for just under 5%, 4.9%. The county adds a couple percent to it for lost cost, they call it. So we will end up getting the full 5%. But remember that we're also going to be abating two different amounts. That comes in the spring. That's a separate process. But so if we receive the full 5%, that would be about 1.8 million more than we got last year. But then we're also going to be abating, giving back 1.9 million and 2 million. So we're gonna our taxes received next year will actually be less than they were the previous year because of these abatements. But for this part of it, we're asking for the full 5% as part of our normal levy, if that makes sense. Yes, this is info also asking for action next month. So 2 years ago, we issued some bonds, and the way bond issuing works, you have a limit of how much you're allowed to issue, and the limit grows with the CPI every year. So we issued bonds with the anticipation that CPI would grow, but we were not able to levy the anticipated amount. We could issue the bonds in the anticipated amount, but we couldn't levy for it. So we have to do what's called a supplemental levy. When the CPI raises the limit, now we have to do a supplemental levy to capture the little amount. In this case, it's $23,000 that we're obligated to pay for, but we weren't able to levy for in previous years. So there's a resolution in there that you can review if you're interested. Doing a supplemental levy, $23,000, and we'll ask for approval next month on that.
Questions? Hearing none? Thank you. All right, can I have a motion to go in closed session, please?
Move that we go in closed session for personnel and student discipline matter.
Is there a second? Secretary, call the roll.
Kaepernick.
Yes.
Jalata. Dunlap.
Yes.
Casper.
Yes.
Lloyd, yes. Barry.
Yes.
Nenza.
Yes, we are in closed session